I've been threatening for a while now to get back into art, get back into being creative, and possibly even doing art as a career. Unfortunately, I have let a few things stop me from doing so, and that is my best friend, imposter syndrome. Hello, my name is Lero. I'm a 28-year-old anxious and confidence lacking human being who actually wants to make something of her life. And today, I'm officially starting my art business. I just have one problem, that is that I have no products and no audience. So this is Casper and this is Buster, and I recently painted this for my mother-in-law whose dog recently passed a few months ago, and I thought this would be a really, really nice Christmas present for her. This is actually the practice painting that I did. The official one is currently in her house waiting to be hung up. But it dawned on me while painting this that I could actually make something of it. So that is a slight lie. My partner has been telling me for years at this point that I could be making something of my art. And I mean, who listens to their partners? The realisation did finally sink in though as I was painting both of these key pies, and I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed doing this. I've never really painted animals before and I really enjoyed this. So yeah, starts today. So first things first is, what am I gonna be making? And obviously, first things that comes into your head is pins, prints, stickers, badges, patches, bookmarks, you name it. But I have no art to put on them. So how am I supposed to do that? So what is the actual first things first? First things first is to make some art.
Rather than thinking of a product-based outcome for art, I wanted to just start making art. And what better way to do that than by painting something for myself? Today's subject is my family cat Aubrey. She passed away, I think I was about 16. I still get a little bit sad thinking about her now. I miss her with my entire existence, but that doesn't mean I don't think of the happy times that I had with her. This little lady was my absolute best friend. She was technically my parents' cat before I came along and obviously ruined her life because she was no longer the baby of the family, but she very quickly became my baby. Don't get me wrong, I'd piss her off, and me being a kid found it absolutely hilarious. She didn't, but luckily we grew up together, she dealt with me, and then she just never left my side. She slept in my room every night. She would literally sleep on my chest, so I'd always have to fall asleep on my back because she would be nose to nose with me all night, and she'd just watch me. It's really weird thinking about it, but yeah, it was so cute. Aubrey used to wear this black studded collar as well because she was that bitch. She was such a badass. And when she passed, I used to wear it as a bracelet until it literally disintegrated into nothing. I'm actually going to get myself a replacement. I know it won't be the same, but the idea and the thought behind it is still there, so it is technically still Aubrey's whilst not being Aubrey's. But moving swiftly on, I had this idea of painting Aubrey since I painted the doggos. I had a rough plan of what I wanted the outcome to look like, and I really just kind of hoped it turned out the way in my head. Does anyone else have that problem? Especially as any kind of creative, I guess. You think of something in your head and you're like, oh my god, this is going to be the best thing ever, and then you do it and you're like, what? What is this? But have you seen those photos, whether it was AI or real, where it's really zoomed in on the snoots of animals, Boop the snoots? I really like that idea and thought of painting Aubrey in that style. Technically this was the original idea I had, but instead I just went ahead and painted her as she was in the photo because she just looked so gorgeous. This was as she was slightly older because she's got a few grey hairs on her face. Basically what I wanted to do was just make sure my first painting was a little less complicated and just be able to paint and get back into that routine. But what I did instead of the Boop the snoot idea is I used a really bright colour palette instead. For this painting I am using gouache, which I love. I actually understand how to use it now. I have filmed another video of me painting some tomatoes. If you want to see it, let me know. It's edited, it's ready to go. I'm just conflicted on posting it because I'm like, what if people don't want to see me paint tomatoes? It's just a paint with me as of right now, but who knows, maybe me painting tomatoes is the video you really needed to see. Who knows? Actually, you know what? I am just going to post the video because screw it. It'll be the next one, I promise you, and I'm going to stick to my promises. But back to the gouache, the palette I'm actually using is the Hemi Twin Cup, and the paper I am using is actually the A4, is it Talon's Creations Art Sketchbook? I actually found this at TK Maxx for about £9, because I know if you buy it anywhere else it's like 20. I also got the Frisk Essential Sketchpad for £3, which is like a tear out paper palette. So that's the paper I used for the doggos. I got the Talon sketchbook in black to match my soul, but seriously, if you're wanting some like really cheap sketchbooks or art supplies, or you know, just kind of like paper, or even just like a notebook to write in, seriously check out TK or TJ Maxx, wherever you're from, because they were really cheap, and I mean brand new, wrapped up, untouched, worth it. So the jisms of the sketchbook is 140 jisms, which I guess is typical for like a normal paper. The Talon sketchbook I think is just bog standard paper, not necessarily specific to any kind of medium, but the sketchpad paper is 190 jisms, which was really good for the gouache. I really enjoyed painting on that. I did originally plan to paint this painting of Aubrey on the sketchpad paper, but because I decided to go with the bright colourful palette, I wanted to practice, because this is something that I wouldn't normally do, so I kind of wanted to see how it would turn out before just going in and being like, ah yes, this is the one and only painting I have of her. Before about what I would normally do is just try and paint them as realistic as possible, so if I had the reference photo, that's exactly how I was going to paint it. I don't know why. I know this is like a copy the original syndrome. I wanted to do something different and make it more mine. So this was kind of huge because it was way out of my comfort zone, but I wanted to see how it went rather than go balls deep with just the colour and then be like, ooh, I practiced. I'm learning. I'm really learning. So if I do end up painting this photo again, I will be doing it on the sketchpad paper, and if I have to, I'll post a photo at the end of this video so you can kind of see the two comparisons to see if it ended up being better than the original. Who knows? But I mean, if that's not the case, it just means I have two paintings of Aubrey. Not a complaint. When I was going through this painting, it was certainly a trust the process kind of vibe. I originally used blue because in my head the colour black, if you want it to be really deep, it has a blue hue in it, and yeah, I realised that just was not the way to go. So I went with purple instead, and also it was clashing with the pink, and purple and pink go a bit better, so it was a good decision. I'm glad I changed my the process, and I'm glad I trusted it as well, because yeah. So as I am recording this voiceover, even though I've done a script that feels like it went on for hours, turns out I haven't done enough for the entirety of you watching me paint Aubrey's painting, which is absolutely fine. So for now, I guess I'm going to let you enjoy the process and watch the rest of it. And yeah, I'll see you at the end of the video.
So this is the final painting of my cat Aubrey. I really love the bright colours, and I'm really glad that this actually looks like a cat. As I was painting this, it really didn't look like a cat. I was kind of like, oh gosh, and had to refer to the actual footage I was filming to make sure that that was the case, that this looked like what I was painting, and it did, so it's fine. Thank you so much for watching my first video. I hope you enjoyed what you saw and want to follow me along on this journey from the very bottom to wherever it ends up going. Could be anywhere. If you would like to follow along, of course you can subscribe to my channel somewhere. There's no pressure, but there also is pressure, so please subscribe. See you soon.